he's up alongside, he's on the grass as well. Jordan to the inside, he's in, look on the inside line, who commits, and he's up on the outside line, but Jonathan Lewis will break much later if he bothers to break at all, that is, as he comes into Woodcote. Away goes Adam Morgan in the blue and white Capri, and all of a sudden Menassian is on the attack again.
And that's a brave move down the inside. He looks to be really attacking this now, and he seems to be getting into a bit of a rhythm now. That is seriously quick.
It is indeed. Andre Lotterer, who probably 20 years ago now was racing in the British Formula 3 Championship, part of the Jaguar team alongside James Courtney. There down towards Woodcote Corner goes the David Clark, now Neil Yarney. Into the chicane they come, nose to tail. Up towards the timing line they come, and nose to tail. It is the silver ERA of David Morris just ahead. 2 seconds was the margin. It's nothing at all now as they go over the timing line. And Mark Gillies lines up to make his move on the inside. Job done. I mean, to catch and pass that easily, that's something.
It really was. He made it look effortless, didn't he? So from quite far down the grid,
Cortina through this section, and he's sideways again at St Mary's. Look, he shouldn't he be able to use the power in a straight line? Oliver Taylor's Cortina is closing. This is the last lap. Is torn off close enough, coming out of Lavant to use all of that power to now get up alongside the Cortina. He's still 2 or 3 lengths back, so let's see. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing, he's up alongside, he's on the grass as well to get past. Fantastic, Sam Tornoff does it. I am coming through, he says to Mike Jordan. There is no arguing with that. Sam Tornoff, grass and all, goes third. Were he to get through, he might be able to make more progress. Heading now through Ford Water, looks to the inside line, but again, Nick Topless fends him off. There is a gap. Is Mark Gillies brave enough to go for it, approaching the first part of St Mary's, the right-handed element? Yes, he is, through for third place. That was a good move.
that was a great move.
With another 6 minutes of running, even if not all of it has been absolutely flat out. However, while you ponder fuel consumption, let's have a look at the Cobras. Adrian Wilmot coming under attack from Andrew Smith on the inside line there. Smith, number 1, gets up the inside. Is he going to go through? Yes, he is. That was brave stuff and absolutely on the limit. Both of them, brilliant to watch.
Perfectly executed by Andrew Smith.
The next, Sam Tornoff will just, once the car's in a straight line, wave his foot at the throttle and it will just go charging past.
There he goes, there he does it. Exactly as described, David. What's going to be really interesting is now that he's got a little bit of clean
at bay here as the two of them run down now towards Woodcote, except this is Nick Fennell's best chance, yes, isn't it? He goes to the inside line, he's got the room and he's got the line, and he goes through as Milicevic has to sort out a really vicious slide there.
very big tank slapper, probably just locked the rear.
Nick Topless, absolute perfect lap, 3 purple sectors, absolute best across each of them, and so the ERA goes top. It will be Topless and Pearson then arguing over pole position if the session carries on as it is, although nearly 3 seconds of a margin shows the commitment put in on that lap by Nick Topless. We've got 24 cars in the session, and another of the ERAs is at the very bottom.
Really nicely set up. Tyres seem to having a little more grip than he had earlier on when we saw him run very wide through this corner. He does so again, but this time it's because he had to take the inside line. Yeah, and recovering slightly from an aborted attempt into turn 1. He had a look up the inside, but it was too little too late. He put a wheel on the grass just in the braking zone. Now he commits. Very, very last minute lunge, beautifully executed through the first part of St Mary's, gets the pass cleanly completed.
Number 7 is Nick Topless. In fact, behind him, right behind him, is number 9, Mark Daniel, with a Cooper T45. So that battle's going to rage on as down they come into the right of Woodcote. Mark Daniel lines up to have a go on the inside line. Does he? Yes, he's going to commit, and yes, goes through. That was brave.
Wonderful textbook. Absolutely. It's turning out to be a good mid.
Yellow flags will remain in place for now.
Now, John Spears did lead, remember, until here on the opening lap, Lavant corner. He is down in 17th place, trying to recover as Ed Thurston fends off Sean Lynn. This is for 6th place. Ed Thurston goes ahead, but then loses out to pure horsepower in a straight line. So the GT40 canters back.
For my own car as I can until the checkered flag.
And this was the overtake, this was the move. Rob Huff lined it up beautifully. In fairness, Marino Franchitti, he gave him racing room, didn't he? Up the inside went Rob Huff. And the new Scandinavian touring car champion got the job done nicely.
Lotterer, meanwhile, effortlessly just banging in 124 after 124 out front, and he is gone.
Jordan to the inside, is this the move? Yes, he's done it at last. Through he goes. Mike Jordan goes through into 2nd place.
Ollie Bryant having a go at getting that position back, nearly went around the outside of the left-hander at St Mary's, and he gets the switchback now. He's on the better line. He'll be able to brake. Watch for the cutback. Can he carry more speed out of Lavant? Jordan defensive on the way in. That will force his car wide on the way out. As you can see from this rear-facing camera from Jordan's car, that gave Brian
little bit of grunt out of the Mini. Tim Lazell comes up on the outside line, but Jonathan Lewis will brake much later, if he bothers to brake at all, that is, as he comes into Woodcote. He goes back through and he comes up 2 lengths ahead. Wonderful. That is a Mini absolutely on the limit.
and that Rob past the Cortina on the straight.
So there's one of the Cortinas about to fall victim. So that's another place gained back for Sam Tordoff. Remember, we were talking about the podium for him earlier on. He's going to do it all over again. Look at the way that he's closing on Mike Jordan as they get towards Woodcote. But of course, he's got everything back as it should be. Can he attack once more? There is one more lap to run at the end of this. And look at Huey Walker closing, diving past into the lead. Fantastic.
He certainly seems to have the confidence out in the back section, which is a series of very quick turns.
They're up a bit more now, so the minis are coming into play, and Shedden coming along in the Jason Stanley car as well after it.
Change for the lead is imminent. Look, Tordoff manages to find Akers up the inside, so his Galaxy takes over the lead. Sam Tordoff, runner-up in the British Touring Car Championship, goes ahead of Steve Blomqvist. Emanuele lines up down Lavert Straight. Can't get the Camaro alongside the older Boss Mustang. Even indicates that he's going to go to the right. He's having a look on the inside line there. There's just about the room. Brakes as late as he can. Gets the job done and covers off the inside line. So Jason Plato can't nip back up on the inside line. So specialises in building engines for Caprice. And this is about to be a lead change, is it not? Mike Whittaker comes under attack from Fred Shepherd. And the Boss Mustang, it's an older car, but it's got a bigger engine. It's got lots of horses to unleash in a straight line. Through it goes, but Mike Whittaker will be very late on the brakes on the outside line. Can he stand his ground? Not quite. Tries to get the undercut towards the chicane. He still has a look. Great racing this between these two.
And did you see those brakes glowing orange into the last corner? So already, how long are we in?
Coming, Sam Tordoff in the Grunt and Go Galaxy now unleashes all of the horses. Here he comes, and he just strolls on by, gets past Tim Lazell. Jonathan Lewis watches this battleship go past him, and he's not done yet. Sam Tordoff is closing now onto the tail of the Kerry Michael Cortina. Down they come towards Woodcote. Kerry can brake later there. But Sam Tordoff, another couple of places gained on that straight alone. Jonathan Lewis now trying to keep Tim Lazell at bay, so Jonathan hangs on to the place. He's based these days near Snetterton, where he prepares many a race car, including lots and lots of minis that are here this weekend. Right, Tordoff on for another nice long straight here, so another place to be gained.
Well, what's so impressive is that not only has it got the grunt down the straights, but it's also got pretty reasonable poise and balance through the course.